Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome to my studio and welcome to Weekend Crafting with the Vintage Paper Girl. Yay! This is the Christmas in July edition. It'll probably be the only Saturday Christmas in July, but I could be lying because, I could decide I love this and I want to do it again, but we'll see. I don't want to over Christmas everybody, but it's kind of fun to get a little head start on your ephemera. Now, this class is inspired by Tim Holtz and Simon Says Stamps. I have no affiliation with them. I did take their 3+ hour class, and I have watched the replay about 3 or 4 times. So I'm hoping I can do it justice, all right? I'm not going to do it the way they did it because there's no point in reteaching what Tim taught. We're just going to work together to make some fun things. Now, this was one of the pieces that Tim made. It's a shakety shake, as he calls it. We call it a shaker, that we made in the class. I'm not going to do this one, and I'm really glad I didn't do it on camera because I messed it up. Go watch the video. It's on YouTube, and it's under Simon Says Stamps YouTube. Go to their YouTube channel, and you can find the video for this gorgeous card. Now, they did this as a greeting card that you would put in an envelope. For me, obviously, I'm probably not going to do it as a greeting card. I'm probably just going to do it as, going in a journal. But if you wanted to put it in an envelope, you could if you were going to give it to someone. This is a used one, which I would cover the front. But, if you wanted to give it to somebody as a cool little, and then write your message on the back or write it on a piece of paper, glue it on the back, you could. But again, this is using all of Tim Holtz products here. And I did colorize this little dress. I don't know if you can tell. I colorized it red. I don't know if the light will show it. Using the crayons that he has. They are the distress crayons, and I've never worked with them before. That would be these. I've never worked with them before, and it was quite fun. It's messy. There is definitely a technique, so you might want to take the course if you want to try colorizing some of your photos. I need to really practice, so I'll probably get some of the ones maybe I'm not that excited about and colorize them using my distress crayons and see, till I get it down pat. That's one of the reasons I'm not doing the class, because I don't really feel like if I did that one, I would do it justice. So I'm putting my stuff down. Now, one of the things like I said, this was done. They used an open greeting card with a matching envelope. He had a kit out just for those who wanted to buy the kit and do the class. I didn't buy the kit because I had all this stuff already. I did not need a single thing from them. Well, I didn't have white tags, but I used the standard creamy colored tag, which is more my style anyway. It's more vintagey. I don't like working on bright white, as you know. So I'm thinking that this would make a wonderful little card. Maybe I'll do the envelope to go with it at some point. So anyway, that is the first project that I did. I'm going to do some of the others with you. I won't do the fourth project, which was a window one, because I don't have the white frame. I have to see if I can find, again, it was kind of a shaker style thingy. I think I would want to do that, on by myself because, again, it's one I can mess up pretty bad. But I do want to do it. I may just do it on a cardstock. Now, this card, for those of you who don't know, luckily I had a bunch of this already cut. This was 4x6. I just used some 4x6. Now, he did his in black and blue, and I think Heidi did hers in blue. She works for Simon Says Stamps. I don't know if she works for them or she is Simon Says Stamps. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about Simon Says Stamps, but I know that I think she's one of his makers though. So anyway, that's just to show you a possibility. Okay, so today we're going to work on a couple projects. We're going to work on tags, and we're going to do collage tags using the Tim Holtz bits and pieces. Now, if you don't have any, you can find bits and pieces from a million places, honestly. Lots of digitals out there. There's lots of scrapbook kits that have, hold on, I'm going to try to grab some. Give me 1 minute. I just dawned on me I could show you the alternatives. Let me just grab something, anything, right? yeah, let me grab a couple of my Christmas ones. Luckily, my pile of Christmas stuff isn't too far away. So these were digitals that I bought. I think these are Rachel at Roxy Creation. And they're digitals, and I just cut them out. So you could use something like that. I bought these. These are Allegra digitals, and some of them are actual bottle tops. So, I mean, you can just get all kinds of bits and pieces to do it with. You can use, what do you call them? Let me think. Lots of little coupons and tickets. And do I have any on my desk? Let me see if I have any tickets on my desk. Oh, I do. I mean, some I've gotten in packs. Some are digitals. Some were just some tapes. I actually had some tape that I cut up and put it on cardstock or put it on sticker paper. You know, some of these are digitals, and some of, are there any real, do I have any real little, you know, I don't know if I have any of the real ones, but anyway, you just take bits and pieces. So you don't have to use Tim Holtz if, oh gosh, sorry, you have to bend down here. If you don't have any, grab what you can find in your stash. Oh my goodness, I'm throwing things everywhere, guys. Pardon me. Oh, yeah. All right, so let me put that back. I'm making a mess, and I don't have room, so I need to not leave anything on my desk because I need all my space. This is a bigger crafting type thing. So that is, if you don't have the Tim Holtz goodies, you don't have the ephemera and all the bits and pieces, that's okay. You don't have to. I'm going to move this off to the side, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Before we get going, I want to share a couple things. Something that I don't know if you want to call it one, but Vintage Paper and Thyme. She had some wonderful fabric bits that she had a bunch of, and this is an image on fabric. And she said for the first 8 people who respond, well, I responded, and she sent it to me. It's fabric. Oh, it feels so neat. It's like a silk. So that one I won, and it was so cool because it came in this neat little envelope, which I could see me using again. Here's the card she sent it in with her note, which I could see me using that. Yeah, oh, absolutely. And then she said, what did she say about the photo? The photo is a scan for my family vintage photo album. And then it's on, it looks like that's French paper. Yep. And then this is what she sent me with this little goodie. Oh, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. It's Lois over there and at Vintage Paper and Thyme, and I found her on Instagram. So if you're interested in seeing her work, go over there. We work very similar. So thank you, Lois. I'm excited that I won that. And then I placed an order with a Little Bit French, Rhonda over there, and she sent me a lovely bag of thank you goodies, which was right up my alley. That girl knows me well. And this great bag, and then she has her little tag, and I think it's Paris Girl 56 maybe on Etsy. But this is what I purchased from her. This is a gorgeous old inlaid box. Look at this, stunning. And then it's got a piece of sari silk. You open it, and I have not looked at this, so we're looking at this together. I did purchase this from her. I've tried really hard to get her stuff, and I miss every time. Woo! I've not seen this. And then she's tied it with a piece of sari silk. This is a piece of original rag paper ephemera in French, because I know she doesn't use anything else. And I bet you this is a vintage image. It feels like it is. And you open it. Oh, wow. And then we have like a lace tuck. Or is that tuck? No, just beautiful lace. And then we have a tuck here, and that's a vintage card. Oh, I love this, Rhonda. These are all vintage pieces in here. I've always wanted one of her little books. Oh, look at this. It's gorgeous. Let's see, am I in view? I think I'll stand up. That way I can make sure. And there's a little pocket right there. All of this is original lace from France. Everything's French. Very old. Very delicate. Look at this. She made the most beautiful little book. Rhonda, I love it, love it, love it. I finally got one of your pieces. Oh, another vintage piece. Oh, love it. Love it, love it. Oh my gosh, I'm so blessed. What else have I got in here? What else did you send me? I mean, it all came with it, but I don't remember when I bought it. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Let's see, it's a tin. Oh, and she's got more goodies inside. She's got another one of these. I don't know what these are, but I love them. You got little bits of paper. You got oh, there's another one. And more vintage lace in the bottom. I don't want to pull it all out, but look at that. Oh my gosh. I love it. Love, love, love it. And then what else? Oh, look at this. Ooh. Oh, wow. That's really old. Look at that. That's vintage. This was a lapel pin at one time. Look at that. I know it's missing stones, but that's what I love about it. Old and yummy. And then she has a dried flower, which I believe would have come from her. And I think it came with one. And look at these cards. Oh, Rhonda, thank you for sharing your treasures with me. These are original cabinet cards. Oh my gosh, thank you, thank you. I could never use them. I'll cherish them forever. I made some of these with you in one of your videos, and then we got beautiful lace bits, which are vintage as well. And then she lined the box with some Florentine papers. I love it. Thank you, my friend. Yum. Yum, yum. This is going to go on my dresser, or on my dressing table. I have an old makeup dressing table from the 50s and 60s. Oh, yeah. I love this. I know I'll be looking at it again very, very soon. I'm going to put it on this way first. There we go. I didn't want to retie that bow. Thank you, my friend. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, yeah, of course, these lids, you know, they don't stay. I mean, that one's on a hinge. Beautiful. And it's so old. The hinges are old. You have to be careful opening and closing that, so will it just snap one of these days. So thank you, ladies. Wonderful, wonderful. I really wanted to share that with you guys because, well, they're special. It's not something you get every day. So it makes them very unique pieces that this one I'll be using on a cover, probably a Marie Antoinette cover. In fact, I'm going to put it with I have bits and pieces for Marie Antoinette things. I'm going to put that with that. The other one's going to go on my dressing table, so all is good. And then one more thing. My hubby and I were cleaning out the garage, as I told you, putting away all of our party supplies. And in my party cupboard, look what I found. I don't even remember putting these in there or where they came from. Well, I know where they came from. They were my mom's. A few were mine, but I think all of them. I think these are all my mom's. From a variety. These are vintage. These go back to the 50s and the 60s. And look at all these doilies. Oh, the Christmas ones. Look at that. Perfect. We're in Christmas season. These, I was very shocked. I knew she had some, but I couldn't find them anywhere. I thought they were in the hutch. Maybe they were, and I put them in here. But these are plastic doilies, and these would be awesome on... Look at these. Look at the vintage patina. I don't know if you could see it, but plastic doilies would be awesome to make coffee-dyed paper from. But they're all different. Each one has its own... Yeah, they're all different. Oh, isn't that neat? Doilies. Vinyl doilies. Petite Napoleons vinyl. This is made in Cheswick, Pennsylvania. Made 1989. I swear, 1989. Boy, they seem older than that. So these must have been mine then. And then I have the really big giant ones, which are the big gold. And these are like back when things were 59 cents. Some more white ones. And of course, they're patinaed from being old. So I found these in my stash. I didn't even have to go shopping anywhere and buy them because they're right here. I brought them in the house and they were in this little bag and they were in the cupboard and they were with all the party supplies. Because way back when I used to use doilies Now, they're coming back on trays of food, which is nice. That way your food is not sitting directly on the tray. But for me, you know what I'm going to do with them, right? They're going to get used. Oh, all the gold ones are precious. I bought gold ones and they were mega, mega expensive. I couldn't believe it. So, all right. So that was the first 15 minutes of our video, but I knew I wanted to share those things with you, and I haven't been doing very many videos. So I thought, well, let's share those at the beginning of the video. You can fast forward the first 15 minutes and go straight to this. Okay, now there was a request, a couple requests, to see how to make this big pocketed folder. People wanted to know, how did you make that? It's not, it has a gusset in it. Okay, it's gusseted. It is not two pieces of flat paper glued together. I know you think that's what I did, but I didn't. So I will show you. Okay, since we are working on Christmas, now you can make this pocketed folder. We're going to start with this, and then we're going to go to 2 other projects. So it'll be a total of 3. Okay, be a long video. So you may have to fast forward if you don't have a lot of time. This could be made in any size. Now I chose the full 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper for this because I knew I was going to have to cut off something just fell. Okay. I'm going to have to cut, I had to cut off some of the white, and I knew I didn't want to lose the image. I wanted to see this whole image. I wanted to see all these images. So I made this really large to fill up with ephemera. But it could be made with 6 by 8 or 6 by 10. I think this is 10. Yep, that's 10. 6 by 10. So this is made with a 6 by 10. Today I'm using a glass mat because everything I'm using is messy. So these were made, this one's going to be made with the Tim Holtz. This is his, one of his little wallpapers. And it's 6 by 10. So we're going to make this long and narrow. Now, if you only wanted it to be 8, you could cut it down some, but I don't want to, again, I do not want to cut it out. And what I want to do is I want my tags to live inside this, I don't know if this one will fit. Well, it would go this way. I want everything I make to go inside this little envelope. But someone, a couple of you, Julie, and I can't remember who else, Jamie maybe? I can't remember who else. Somebody else asked me, told me that they, that they wanted to be able to make this, and how and could I show it. So it's a little bit different pocket. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to have to decide where I want it to be shorter. I guess the bottom is probably best. I'm going to do a 1/2 inch score. We're going to do a 1/2 inch score on this one. The back side of it, you're going to use 4. This is going to be my back. This is going to be my inside. You want to use double-sided. So whether you're printing paper or using any kind of scrapbook paper, you want to do it. Okay. So we're going to go down this side. So that's the first one. That's the cover. When we go to the back, we're going to want, when you flip it over, we're going to want to always do it on the left side. So we're going to do a 1/2 inch. I wasn't sure I could explain this. That's part of the reason I didn't do it in a video. And we're going to fold that. We're absolutely going to need, I didn't do that very straight, did I? You know what it is they move. So that when you put the two together, do you see there's a bend here and a bend here, and when you put it together, you end up with a gusseted pocket, right? You get a gusseted pocket so you can put more in it. If you just glue it flat, it's not very exciting, right? So we're going to do the same thing on this one. We're going to do, well, let's see. That's going to be my inside, believe it or not my outside. Because when you look inside of a big one, you can really see. So again, push it up against your edge. And I'm going to do a 1/2 inch. And then this is going to be what you see. You want to say, okay, if I, oops, that's my back and my front. So this is my, oops, this is my front. But that looks upside down. All right. Wait a minute. Okay, this is going to fold like this. This is why I didn't want to do this. And then this is going to go, just do a 1/2 inch on the left side. I think I'm doing it right. Yeah. Now, what do I want to show? Do I want the words or do I want the... Well, I think I just decided for myself I was putting this on the back. So I would not want it on the left side. I would want it on this side. I wanted this on the back. It's funny, San Jose, California. That's where I was born and raised. Okay, well, it's always got to be on the left side so that you can get the gusset. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how to explain it. So you have gusset, gusset. Okay, like that. All right. Pick what's going to show. Put it on the left side. It's got a little bump. I'm not thrilled about the bump, but do the bump. I will use my scoring tool to kind of unbump it. All right. And then you want to make sure you score it good and hard. Now this Tim Holtz paper is quite thick. And this one. So we've got 4 of these that we have on the left side of the side we want to show. Did I do mine wrong? Did I do this one wrong? No. No. See why it's confusing? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is why I didn't want to do this one on camera. It's just too hard to explain. It's easy to do. It's just hard to explain. Okay. Plus, I haven't been doing videos, so I find that you lose your ability to share what you do. All right. And before you go all the way, well, you can do it after. Never mind. I would stand it up. I would put them side to side. Hopefully you guys can see this. Make sure it's top to bottom because you know our glitter glue. Instant seal. And what you have now is you've got a nice pocketed pocket. I'm double checking. You could see okay. A nice pocketed pocket. Did I do it upside down? Yep, I did. I knew I did. How did that happen? That's not going to work. Oh, I'm quick. Am I quick enough? Not really. Oh, darn it. Make sure they're the right side up before you do that. See? Oh my goodness. All right. Sorry guys, I totally apologize. I got it quick though. You know, art glitter glue is unforgiving as can be. And yes, it ripped the paper, but you're never going to see it. If you were going to see this, it would be a disaster, but it's not. So you know what to do if you do it upside down. It can happen. Double check, triple check, quadruple check, and do it again. I got it so perfect too. It's like, oh, did that just happen? Now watch, this time I didn't line it up as well, but oh well. I'm glad I didn't do the bottom yet. Just do your sides first, okay? All right. Because what's going to happen is when you turn that page, you're going to see that, right? And you can't have that upside down. All right. Goodness gracious. Let's see if we can do this one right. Oh my gosh. I'm going to make sure that's right side up. This one doesn't matter because it's just a... I'll have to decorate this because it's not decorated. I could decide that I want this inside, but that would put 2 of those together, and I don't really like... I like this plain because I wanted to decorate this. So it definitely needs to be, you know... So we're going to do both of these. We're going to glue them pretty quickly. Yep. We're going to stand them up. So you should have a fold on each end. If you don't, you're not doing something right. Make sure that it's great, top to bottom. And then burnish it. Always burnish. I'm definitely going to need a wet cloth for all these crafts today. You're going to need a wet one and a dry one. You're going to need a glass mat. You're going to need some scissors. We're going to need a paintbrush. We're going to need some water. I'll lay down some of the stuff we're going to use today. Okay, I think for all the other things we're doing today, you're going to need some of these things if you want to recreate what I'm doing or find what you have for your supply. Oh, you're going to need some water in a little dish for your paintbrushes. And I'll show you how all that's going to work in just a bit, okay? Now we have 2 of these, and you say, okay, now what, Laurette? What are you going to do? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a strip of paper. Now you as wide as you would like. I'm using a 3-inch wide paper, scrap paper, and I'm going to make it as tall as the other one. So that's 6 inches. Excuse me, all the hiccups. Lunch. I want to just make sure that that it is 6 inches. I mean, it should be. This is paper that's already pre-cut, but oh, come on. Excuse my face. I'm a hot mess. Do not look at me. I look terrible. Where's my pencil? Why do I not have a pencil? Oh, found one. Couldn't find a pencil to save my life. That's weird. That is truly strange. I never lose pencils. Oh, okay. And I can't see it on there because it's a dark background. So I'll have to do it on the front because I can't see the back of that. And we do need it to be exactly the right height. Okay, we can't have it too long or too short. All right. I must have pulled my pencil out and not even realized it. Or maybe I took it to sharpen it and forgot to bring it back in here. I don't know. So what we want to do with this little piece of paper is, because it is 3 inches wide, we're going to go to 1.5 inches. And we're going to fold it in half. And we're going to do it. Let's see. Oh, ooh, I don't want that. Shoot. Darn it. I thought that would work. Well, okay, I'm thinking. Give me a minute, guys. It looks great on this side, but when I fold it, I need to fold it around, and that makes a pocket, and I'm getting wood on that side. Not what I want to see. I think I'm going to want to do a different piece of paper. Darn it. Pardon me. Excuse me a minute. So sorry. I thought I had myself all ready to go, but as usual, I do not. I do not. I need to find a piece of paper that will look good on both sides. No, so that no matter what I do, it's going to look good, right? So that's my dilemma. I'm looking at all my Tim Holtz papers. Give me a minute. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm frustrated. Don't mind me. I mean, I think... No, that won't work. I don't know what to use. I don't know. I'm messing up. I'm sorry. Well, Maybe we could use that one. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. That one might work. I mean, this could work. No, I'm gonna... do I want stripes there? Maybe. Or do I want stripes on that side and music paper on that side? That might work. That might work. Okay, let's see what we got. I've got a mess going, don't mind me. I pulled out all my Tim Holtz papers really quickly. Sorry about that. All right, let's try this again. So this is 6 inches wide, which I need it to be. And we want it to be about 3, it's 1.5 inches. It's not very big. I guess it could work. Let's get a cutter. I'm actually going to cut this at 4 inches wide by 6 inches, 4 by 6, okay? I'll just have lots of scraps to play with, won't I? I apologize. Shoot. Okay, so, that happens. You see what happens. You have best laid plans, you looked at it and you thought, oh, that's perfect. And no, that wasn't perfect. It didn't work. Not the way I wanted it to. I mean, some people, if you like the wood grain look, great. So this one, I want it to be in half, and because it's 4 inches, half is 2. So whatever the width you pick is 2 inches, and that's going to be your front pocket width. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, goodbye. We won't need that anymore. Use your scoreboard or a ruler, whatever you got. Okay. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually glue this right on here as a pocket. You will see what we're going to do. I'm going to glue it down on, now do I want to round it before I do it? I like my edges rounded, so let's do it before we get going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to round everything. You know, this is my own thing, so I'm going to round everything. I'm going to round this, and I just realized we haven't closed the bottoms of these. So, oh my goodness, you guys. I don't think we're going to get very far today. That's what happens when you don't do a Saturday video for a long time. I missed a corner. And then I'm going to do all 4 of these corners. You'll see why. Now, if you're going to ink, oh, I'm going to cover that up real quick. It's dry. It's warm. It's not as warm as it has been in the high 80s, but almost 90, and 90s someday. But today, I think it's only 67, 69. So it's beautiful. I've got the window open. It's a gorgeous day. I'm happy my neighbors are not rambunctious today. I'm going to go through and ink everything. And, you know, as you know, I gave all my ink pads a little spa day. They all got an ink bath, so they're all happy. Oh, gosh. And doing well. I'm going to go ahead and ink everything right off the bat, just to make sure. Then we'll go back and we'll go and seal everything. I mean, we'll close the bottom of the pockets. The vintage photo definitely gives it the old antique look, which I absolutely, absolutely want it to have. I actually need to put some new Dauber doohickeys on there. Their foam pads, they're looking terrible. And then, oh, I'm going to go ahead and go around this on both sides. I'm actually going to fold that in half. There's a reason. You'll see when I put it together. There's a little trick to this. Okay, so Make sure your paper's right side up again. Now, before we go do that, I don't want ink on anything. I've been crafting, so I'm already pretty grubby. All right, that's the bottom. That's the, there we go. I want to make sure I get top and bottom correct. And we're going to close the bottom of this pocket because for right now, we just have a sleeve, right? We just have a sleeve with a gusset. And we're just going to take and we're going to run that. Of course, because I left it open for 10 seconds. It's dry out. There's no humidity, so things are drying super fast today, which is fabulous when you're crafting on video. You're going to hold it down, wipe across, make sure it seals up, and you don't have a lot of glue hanging around. We're going to do the same thing over here. Make sure that's the bottom. We already messed that up once. We don't want to do it again. Oh. If you do a sloppy job, just wipe it off and start over. Now, when Tim was doing his videos, he used, for his glue, he used glossy accents and matte, multi-matte medium. And I tried it, but I am a art glitter glue girl all the way. And I am, you know, Fabri-Tac all the way. So I tried it, but on some things, yeah, I thought it was a great idea. And other things, I did not. So for our cover, we're going to wrap this around the cover. And we're only going to put glue on one side, just one. And we're going to use the left side because we're going to make a pocket. Now you can, if you really want to, you could, before you, shoot, I want to do this without, all right. Nope, that was the wrong side. Ah, all right. I don't want to glue it together, right? Okay. So we're going to do the bottom side of the front, and we're going like this. We only put the glue just on this one. We didn't put it on the back side yet. This is unglued, right? That's still open. We don't glue that to that. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. I forgot to do that. All right. Now, I just realized I meant to yes, a glass mat is much noisier, but with what we're going to be using in a little bit, I needed it. And for what I did do already, I needed it. So it was, my desk was already set up from crafting earlier. So now we have the pocket here to put things in. And now we're going to put it on the front of this one for our page. So what we're going to do, it's a little bit harder because I don't want to wrap it around the back. I want it on the front so I can have a pocket here. So line it up best you can and put your glue on it, just like we did on the other one. Okay. And make sure okay. I don't know if I'll have to add more glue or not. Oh, darn it. I forgot to do that too. All right. Now, glue. Now, what you need to do is you may need to, if this is not glued together in the back, you're going to add just where the two pockets meet, just a tiny dab of glue back here. All right. So this pocket isn't quite as simplistic as you thought. So we have that there. We open it up. We have our big pockets up here. And then we have a pocket here. And it's together. Now, if you want, you can put some lace across here. Another band of, you could put a little bit of paper right here, which I had really loved this paper. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to cut this. I don't know if it's, ouch, my thumb. I don't know if this is going to fit in my little paper cutter. Let's see. Oh, it did, barely. I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to fold that in half. And put it over the edge to seal it up. So I just need my little, hopefully this one will work. This is 1 1/4, so it'd be, I don't know, 5/8. I don't know. Just fold it however you want. Score it in half or close to half or however you want to do it. I am going to, again, I rounded it. Oh. Okay, there we go. Sorry guys, this is just a hot mess. I don't know, it can go either way. I'm gonna make it kind of go upside down because I really want those darn candy canes, and I don't care if it's upside down. Yep. So that's just gonna, normally I would do lace, right? But I think for this, I wanna hide the, and if you wanted to create this as another little tuck spot, you could. You don't have to. I'm not gonna seal it in the middle. I'm just gonna seal it on the ends. It's kind of thick. You are gonna have to squish it down. Because it's going over a couple layers there. And actually in the back, I don't need this to be a tuck spot. I'm just going to put it on there. All right. So we have a little bit of a tuck spot. We have a pocket. Got a big pocket, but you can't really tell there's a pocket there. Sorry, there's a lot of glue coming out there. I want to make sure I get it off so we don't end up with something glued to it. So now we have this great ephemera pocket. It is kind of long. I could have cut it shorter, but I am going to make a few cards and things that are going to go in here. So I did decide to keep it the full length, but I could have made it shorter, right? I could have done it 6 by 6 or 6 by 8, 12 by 12. You can do whatever you want. I'm looking for something. I want anything. I'm thinking, what can I use to make a little divot out of there? I've got corner thingies, but I think those would mess it up pretty bad. I don't want to do that, right? Oh, what if I did? You guys are going to think I'm nuts. What if I did? I like different shapes. Maybe this would work. This might be too small. I grab a couple of these. Okay. Maybe if I did a little bit of an upside down heart. You only want to do it through one side of the pocket. Yeah, that's kind of cool looking. I like that. Kind of a bit of a bottom there, but not bad. Okay. And then maybe on the back one, I could do a little bit bigger one, right? Let's try this one. These are some hearts at 1 inch and 1.5 from We Are Memory Keepers. I'm going to move it in a little more. Let's see how that looks. And there it is. So you've got like little finger thumb holes. There we are. So you could tell that there's a pocket back there. And I mean, you could just do a regular thumb hole with a 1 inch, or you could use a scallop one. I mean, whatever you want. Whatever punches you've got size. But that's fun. I like creating different little thumb notches there. So there you have it. That pocket is this one. 2 different sizes. Everybody was asking about this. So, okay, we had enough of you ask me that I said I would do it. And yeah, it might make for a really long video because now I've already used almost an hour, guys. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do my others. Oh my. Okay, well, it will be a long video day. We won't get to all the projects. Let's do, I want to do the one that I think most of you would enjoy having and doing. So let's do that. Oh my gosh. The hands are disgusting. What I wanted this, and it was, I didn't mind doing the pouch for this because what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a place to put the things that I make from the video in there. See, so we have a nice pouch. We could add strings at the end, tie it closed. We could tie it closed this way. We could go around. I mean, there's a lot of different ways we could do it, right? So let's do the one that I think you're going to like the most, which I think I'm going to call it Pocketed Gift Card Holder. This is great for Christmas gift. Tim Holtz and Heidi came up with this. So I'm going to grab my bits and pieces. Okay, got a lot here. So the first thing I'm going to use is an 8x8 tag. And, I mean, excuse me, it is, I thought this was, oh, it's a number 8 tag, excuse me. It is 6 and an eighth by 3 and an eighth. Well, it's technically 6 by, let's just say 6 by 8. So I'm using Tim's, whatever brand you want to use, but I like these because they are specific to wet ink. These are the distress tags. I am not promoting their channel or anything, but this mixed media heavy stock, I like to do crafty projects on. Now, I'm going to, I have to decide what color do I want to use. I think I'm going to use red. I brought a pine needles and a red barn, and I am going to get some ink on here. And I just want to dab it. I'm not going to rub it too much. We're going to kind of, you know, just get a little bit on there. He used a kind of a frosty blue-gray color, which really isn't my aesthetic. So I've never used these little ones before, so I thought I would give them a try. I don't know what I think. I think it's kind of fun to just sort of, I want to kind of red up the tag or pink up the tag. Now I realize that he didn't do this, but I'm going to. I'm going to trim the corners like I always do because this is my style and I'm not trying to copy Tim and Heidi. I'm doing my own version of what they did. Now they had a very specific die cut that was in the kit that was strictly for that class only. You can't buy it. And it was one of these pocketed goodies, but it was you could do it where it didn't cut anything off. It just put the lines in the tag. And they used 2 tags together. But since this is a heavyweight tag, and I have this other, I think this is the Tim Holtz pocket. I'm going to, I like my things inked, so I'm going to ink this just a little bit. I cut this out on my Big Shot, and I'm going to do my version because this was the only thing I didn't have and couldn't get if you didn't do the class, right? You could only get it if you did the class. It was strictly for the class. And I actually think I want my vintage photo on here. Now, he didn't ink anything, but that's up to him, and that's fine. I'm going to ink. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this at the very bottom, and I just realized I have to round the corners. I'm just 1/4 inch rounding. I didn't really want to because it has the little stitchy marks at the bottom, but that's okay. And I'm going to glue mine right at the very bottom because we need space for things to go inside, right? Now, before I do that, the one thing Tim did do, which I'm going to try, he used his little sprayer. I want to make sure it has an on and off thing. Okay, I want to make sure it was going to spray before and he just did a little, like, not a big spray, just little dots, right? He just dotted it because it is water reactive. What we want it to do is just dot. We don't want it to wash. We want it to dot, and we didn't want a big spray. So actually, I'm going to, in the middle where there's no, we're going to give it a minute. Okay. And I'm going to take my, oh no, I just dropped that in my water. I'm going to have a very wet wipe. All right, that's fine. I could do that. It's kind of making little dots, which is what we want it to do. We're letting it dry, and it's going to curl for a minute. But one thing you want to do is I took and I glitzed up Santa, which they did too. And they used something called Snowflake. It hasn't come on the market yet. It won't be out until, when will it be out? August, sometime August. Could be late, early, I don't know. So he said what was in it, which was mica flakes, his rock candy, some glitter. So I just made my own. Because I have all those products. I have every one of the products that they used to make it. So I just made my own little, I'll show you what I used. Distress glitter, mica flakes, distress glitter, mica flakes, and the distress glitter is called rock candy, and mica flakes. And then I added a little bit of the regular glitter to it. Actually, I did my own thing. I use glitter German glass to add extra sparkle to mine. And I dumped in some snowflakes that I had, which I thought were cool. So I just created my own little, I put faux snowflake because, I can't really call it that. It's their name. But he said before you use it, when you make it up, now these little jars come from Tim Holtz. They're they are from, let's see, are they, I believe they are little ideology jars. I'm not positive. Anyway, you can get them blank in a little box, buy the box and blank. Anyway, so you can make your own glitters and things. So I just made my own, shake it up really good. That's what I put inside of, I used that mixture inside of this. I used the snowflake inside of this, and I had little mini snowflakes from some glitter that I had. But that's what I used in my shakety shake. Tim calls it a shakety shake. I love that name. So that's what I used in here, but I also used it on my Santa because I wanted to give him a little bit of sparkle. So I'm hoping this is going to dry fast. If it doesn't, I may have to get out my, I put a little too much on there. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pick up the water because I don't have time to wait. That's the problem on videos. You don't have time to wait. But you see this lovely little background that you get, you want it just a little bit of color. Back of my tag's wet too. Okay, we can't have that. All right, this is kind of the blooper video, I think. I feel like blooper Christmas. That's what happens when you don't do Christmas. Now I want to glue this onto this. And you just want to use a very fine line of glue. You do not want to fill in all your areas. Do not put any glue in this area. We don't need to fill it up. Hope it's okay that I'm quoting Tim because he did teach this class. I didn't. This is not my thing, but I loved the ideas and knew I wanted to do them. Be sure you burnish that down, and I would leave a little bit of I'd push in a bit on your sides because we wanted to be able to get things in and behind that. Yeah, that's still a bit wet, but I mean, I could get out my gun and use that, my heat gun. I do have a Tim Holtz heat gun. I'm trying not to pull out anything else. Okay. So we have that. Now I am someone, I like to ink everything. So I like everything very vintage looking. So I am going to ink. Now they used white tags. I don't have white. I did order some from Simon Says, and I haven't, Simon Says stamps, and it hasn't come in yet. Because that was just last Friday, and that's a little, you know, soon. They're pretty quick. They're fairly quick. I had one of their little cards to show you, so you could see Simon Says stamps. I think it's a .com. I don't know what I did with the card, guys. Okay, well, if I come across it while I'm working here. Another thing I learned from Tim, which I did not know. Well, it's not I didn't know, but I mean, he suggested was to take and create these little trays. And separate your pieces out, which these were separated, but as I have worked, I have made a huge mess. Take your trays and separate out the pieces that you think you want to use. Now, I separate them. This was the homework for the class. I went through and I separated everything by what it was. So, like if it was a frame, if it was, you know, and I kept the packs separate because I keep my stuff stored by packs. So when Tim talks about, oh, it was from the 2023, I know which one that was. Now these are, it's from a pack. So that's what I did. I put everything in these little trays. I got these little trays at Amazon. These are craft trays, what they call craft trays. And this is, I think this was 8 by, I think they go by the 8 by 11, maybe 8 by 12, something like that. I don't know, you have to look it up, but pick the size that you like. I just ordered some of the bigger ones too, because I do love my crafty trays. I love working off of a tray. It's a lot easier. I have found this is easier for me to go through pieces and find things than trying to like rifle through an envelope. I mean, they all live in clear plastic boxes when I'm not using them, but when I'm doing a project like this, I'm waiting for this to dry. I'm sort of dragging my feet. So one of the things I want to do is I would like to put this in the background. I kind of want to, because this is a gift card holder, and you'll see where that is, I want to, if you take all the little bits out, then you're going to see a blank card, which I don't want to see. So I'm thinking I'm going to put mine here. And I'm going to go like this. Okay. Now I did pull out all the little bits that I wanted to work with. I'm just looking for them. Looking for the piece I want to use with that. I pulled something out. Oh, I wanted to use the word wish, and I'm wondering if I wanted to go up there. Maybe I do. So I may want to pull that while it's still wet. I should have put, this was supposed to go on the other side, and then wish was supposed to go there. I messed that up, but okay. I am having a day, guys. I don't know. Because if I put it under there, I lose the word. All right. Okay, I'm just going to put that up high and over. Oh, I love the brown with the red. That looks cute. I'm going to have to make another one of these and do it right. Okay, so Santa here is going to be... Now we have something in the background, which I really like that. What I'm going to grab is my very fine... I don't know what is going on with my supplies today. Why I can't find anything. I don't know. Oh my gosh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Okay. I want my... That is not what I want. I want my very thin, very, very thin bone folder to go in here to loosen these up, hopefully without ripping them. Because Santa's going to go in there, and you will see why we want it open all the way to the bottom. We do not want to weave these in and out. Do not do that. Go straight down. The glitter glass is the rock candy and all that's getting caught. It might be easier to just leave this in there while we load the first ones, right? Even that is having trouble. Okay, Santa. You're making me look silly today. I'm having a really rough day here, thanks to you. Okay, next we have one of these great big peppermint sticks, which I love. And I'm just using a little of that barn red on the edges. I don't like the white bits when they cut these out of the machine. When they die cut them. And we're going to pop that in the second hole. Is it too tall? I could cut it down, but I like it the way it is. You can pull it out. It's very cute, right? And then we have this one, and I'm wondering, I'm looking at it, and as much as I like the box top look, I'm wondering if it's just too much. It's going to stick out too much. I don't like Santa in the back. I'm going to put that in the back. I'm going to put Santa in the next row. There we go. You know, you do it the way you want. You do you, right? Tim did it different. I'm going to do it different. Okay. See what? We wanted a little something back there, but we didn't have to have a lot. And then you can put whatever you want wherever you want. I want to use this little lady. This came from one of the packs. It's very cool. I didn't cut this. It came this way. I like it when it's a bit aged up with the vintage photo. And I want to use one of these little stamps. So I'm going to clip this. And I'm going to put the one I'm not using back in my little box. And I'm going to glue this on because I want to give it a little zhuzh. I saw Tim do this and I thought this was brilliant. I'll put it up here just to add a little color to that. Okay. And I know that that's going to go down there. So now I have to fill those other pockets. I do know. Okay, so I grabbed some things for the other pockets. I love this Christmas one. I love this one as well. I think this one's going to go... I'm going to take Santa out. I feel like I'm knocking off all his goodies. That doesn't sound right, does it? You know, I have a thing about straight corners. I can't... edges, so I'm going to corner around these. They're going to be easier to go in and out, too. They're not going to catch. That's already rounded. That's a real card. Okay. That one I don't think I'll do. If I do it, I'll do it with this tiny little one. Just take out the hard corners. You know how I am about that. Oop. Okay. So this already has a bit of red on it. It came that way, so I'm just going to put the red back by using the little dauber. Those are mini daubers. Where is this? I don't need that right now. All right, so I'm going to put some tags in. Now Santa's probably going to go there, so I'm going to put that in there. That's going to go in there. I'm going to put that there. We have this great, this is one of those bottle cap, milk caps, but it's a, you know, faux one, not a real one. It's been scanned from a real bottle top, and I have some real ones. I just love them. That can go in there. This one can go here. We've got, this one's going to go here. I want to do something with these. You'll see what I'm going to do with this in a minute. And this. Okay, Santa. So I guess Santa's going to go in the back. Did I miss one? No. I sort of did. I'm going to put that back there. I'm going to put Santa in there, more towards the front and the top. I'm hoping I can get him in there. He has been difficult because it's catching on all of the pretty bling. It's catching on the bling. It's catching on the bling. Okay, one thing I'm going to do with this is, it doesn't really, because this is sort of a heavier cardstock they use, it's sort of resistant to the ink, but it still will grab the very edges, which is really all I care about. I'm going to stick that back there. There's Santa, there's that. Now we have to leave a space for the gift card. Did I leave space for the gift card? I did. The gift card is going to go right there. So you want to have a gift card that can be seen. I'm going to pull Santa up. This one's so big. I may not use this one. I'm not sure. There, I'm kind of shoving things down a little bit. I like this for a little extra color, you know. Maybe we could put that with her. And put this one there. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so it's just a matter of loading it. Now, this one back here is a gift card. I use the Amazon one because it goes well with this. I have this one too. I wasn't sure. Now, it can be Starbucks. It could be Amazon. It could be whatever you want. Pick your gift card. I liked this one the best. But what we're going to do is we're going to add a little hand on here. Okay. And I only need one hand, so I'm going to put the other one back. I'm going to take, what Tim did is he said, go about 3 inches. So the first thing I am going to do, though, is I'm going to tie a knot to keep this from coming undone. And I'm going to go 3 inches. I'm going to start at 3 inches. I'm going to go behind, and I'm going to wrap it around the wrist. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come out, and I'm going to do another 3 inches. I am going to tie that off because this comes unwound. All the baker's twines come unwound. And going to tie a little bow, if we can. It's a small little bow, so we'll see how we do. See if my fingers say today is a good day for tying a bow. I think it is. Feels like it is, even though I've had some boo-boos today. And then I'm going to retie the knot, and then I'll cut it off, because if I cut it now, I won't be able to tie it. See, I can barely tie it now. There. Got it. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little glue on that because I do not want it coming undone. And I'm just going to kind of put it on there. It'll dry clear, so we'll just do that. Okay. There we go. Sorry, this has been such a struggle, guys. That's what happens when you don't do your videos on a regular basis. Okay. So we've got that all set, and that is going to go onto the card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of double-sided tape. Excuse me. I had to find my double-sided tape when I didn't realize I was going to use it till right this second, but I think it's the best call to stick to that card. Oh, not my mat. Oh boy. I think this will stick okay. Where's my pokey tool? I have got stuff on my stuck to this from earlier. They do warn you to be careful with some of these things that you're playing with here because it will create a permanent finish or stickiness to what you're working with. So you have to be careful with some of these glues and things. There we go. Okay, you probably heard that truck, I would think. I don't know if I put a big enough piece on there. I'm thinking I didn't, but we'll see. And we're going to add that right on there. Isn't that cute? Give it a little old world zhuzh. So they could find it in all of this yumminess that's in here. I don't know how you want to maybe put it in this side. Oh, Santa. Santa is giving me fits. I'll tell you, I never thought he was going to be my issue today. Then you could take another piece of that and tie it and make it a tag. But now we've got this blankety blank space down here, which I don't care for. I am slightly inking the edges here. Oh gosh, did you guys hear the doves? They're out and about today. So I'm going to put that on there. Thinking a little bit of that. Now, maybe a star. Maybe not that. Oh, that's too many 25s. I think that's a bit too much 25 there. And I also want to put this season's greetings across the bottom. So I'm wondering if I want to put... Oh, yes, that's right. I know what I want to do. Where are my little bitty... This little 25 here is going on with a paper clip. So it can go wherever you want it to go. Gosh, I don't know if I can get the paper clip on here. Yeah, I got it. Hey, get up there. Come on, we can do it. There, we did it. And then we can glue this on there. I don't know, there's too much white space. You know how I feel about too much white space. I took one of Tim's greetings. Let's see, where are they? Okay, where's my words? Oh, they're there. I used one of his sticker books, Christmas 2023. I don't know if there is a current one. And I put it on one of their, I'll show you. I'm showing you product in case you want some of it. You can go look. Some of this. It is the Craft Stock Sparkle Classic. Comes in silver and gold. Okay. And the gold is the one I used. I glued it right on there because these don't stick all that well. I've got it a little big. I do want to cut it down because I know it's not going to fit on there. I made a little flag of it at the end. Okay. And believe it or not, I won't get rid of that because we use these. Leslie's the queen of using those bits on the bottom of things. Now the question is, do I want to cut it like that? Yeah. Let's see. Is it going to fit across the... Yes, it will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that across. I'm going to put this on first, and I am going to tip the edge there just a hint so it'll fit in that corner. And I'm going to glue it across the bottom. A lot of red here. I feel like I need some green. I got to go see if I have something green I could fill in with. Looks like I'm only going to get to this one. Maybe then we will do a video, Merry Monday, before the month is over, to do the other project I wanted to do, because I'm not going to get it done today. I know we are way over. Okay, these are all the ones I did not use. Put those away. I want to, where'd my star go? Oh, for a minute I thought I threw it in the garbage can. Boy, was I going to be mad at myself if I did. You know, you see me do it all the time. Sweep stuff. I saw Gail do it the other day. I was shocked. She had a piece that she just swept off her table right into the garbage can. I thought, oh, I'm not the only one who does that. I don't feel so bad now, because I was beginning to feel like a complete dope because I kept sweeping things into the garbage can. Okay, now this is where these little thingies come in quite handy. I want to add something, and I thought I saw, but now everybody's gotten all mixed up. It's not all nice and neat. I had it all separated out. Of course, I have rummaged through here. I saw a little green stamp. Do I have a little green stamp? I saw a little green stamp. No. No, that's too many numbers. There's like numbers everywhere. Maybe it wasn't that one. I have so many trays here. It could have been one of the other trays, right? Let me look. Maybe it was over here. Was it in this one? It seems like I've got everything else in here. Why not? No. I don't think this one had any itty bitties. So where I think I saw it, honestly. Here's another one. I got another tray. I'm just looking. Hold on a minute. Okay. More than likely, it's in one of these, which are still in their boxes, because I wasn't sure if I was going to use any of these. It's probably in this one. Let me see. Yeah. You're probably wondering why so many trays. Well, because there's more projects, which I didn't get to. But I thought this one was important because it's a great gift card. Fill it up with whatever you want. Notes, money, thank you cards. You don't have to put all this stuff in it. You can put what, oh, here's a word. We already have a word though, huh? Don't we have a word? I want that little green. There was a tiny little bitty stamp. And this is why we use the trays, to make it less, well, this is similar to what I wanted. So I guess I could put that there. Yeah, there was a green one of that, like that. I'm not seeing it. I'm sure it's here. As soon as I turn off the camera, there it'll be. There's so many bits and pieces in these kits. They're fabulous. I have quite a few of these. I bought some, 23 was going phased out, so I grabbed a bunch of them. Anytime I could find them, I went to a bunch of shops and just went shopping looking for, because I love this stuff. You know, I'm hooked. Okay, I'll use that one. That's good enough. I don't have all day, and it's getting late, and I need to wrap this puppy up, so we'll have it for Saturday. I'm going to just push this one back up where it goes. Okay, I'm going to put that on there, kind of as Tim would call it, on the wonk, which means, you know, crooked, wonky. I love Tim's vernacular, on the wonk, shakety shake. He's great. I enjoy his videos very much. I watch them anytime I can. But this was a special one they did with Simon Says stamps. And they came up with the kit and put the class together. It was awesome for Christmas in July. They're trying to talk them into doing a Halloween, but to curate between now and then is a really difficult thing to do, so I don't think they'll do it. Anyway, there you have it. All those goodies. An hour and 20 minutes. That's about what we've been on Saturdays lately. Okay, so here's your gift card you can give to your friends or family. You can add some cash. You can add a note. You can, I needed to do a little too. There we go. You know, whatever you want to add in there. Tickets to the ballet or something, you know, like the Nutcracker. You could really, really have a great time Come on, Santa. You and I are not getting along. There he is. There he is. And there's all your goodies. Now, to fit in an envelope, you would just push everything in. You know, if you had a skinny envelope you wanted to put it in, you could just push everything in and it would be, but you get it, right? Yeah, I loved it. I did this in a vintage form versus, you know, a regular. What was I going to get? Oh, I was going to see if I had any red and white string available, because I pretty much, I think I used it all. I don't know. I had a little piece left and I tossed it into one of the trays. Huh. Here it is. I don't know if that would, no, that won't work. I was looking to see if I had any more red thread or red. Oh, I have tons of it. Don't get me wrong. I feel like it needs, it's a tag, so I feel like it needs a tassel or something at the top. String. Okay, here's a bunch. We'll use this. We will use this at the top. There we are. And then we'll tie it on the end to give it a little. So we didn't make it to doing our collaged tags, but we could do those in a Merry Monday, right? We could do that in a Merry Monday. And anything else I may have forgotten I wanted to do. That way we could do a few, but Merry Monday isn't going to be an hour and a half long either. So you could keep it as a string. You could tie a bow. You could put a red ribbon in there. You could tie it so it could go on the tree, and everybody could have their personal gift card hanging on the tree with their name on it, like on the bottom, and then they could go, they say go to the tree and pick it off, and then they'd each have their gift card. I'm always looking for a gift card holder for like my daughter, so probably I will get one, or, you know, it's full. That one's been used. These are all the ones I just saved to use for videos and stuff. So, you know, there you have it. But this was supposed to be for another project. So there you go. That's today's project. And we have this one, which we did today, which I wish I had time to decorate, which I will go back and do. And I'll show you in another video. So, you know, this is the one I brought to show you our sample. This is this one and that. And there you have it. Okay, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. A fabulous week coming up. I will see you probably for one more Christmas type video. It'll probably be Merry Monday if I get time to film it. And you guys take care. I love you all. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.